Noob Jam. Hello, and welcome back to Alan Wake 2, The Lake House. We no longer have the boing going in our ears, so that's nice. And because of that, I kind of want to go back here and listen to this again. Because couldn't quite hear it.
September 12, 2023. Notes regarding a page of an Alan Wake manuscript I found in the archives. I checked the records, and this page is not in our inventory. I believe it manifested inside the lake house directly. I won't be filing this page. It'll just send Jules into a panic. The page is written in Wake's usual style, so I can't say for certain if it's being literal or figurative when it calls us monsters. But what's interesting is that the page indicates that a painting succeeded in linking Cauldron Lake's threshold with our facility. Writing has always been the clearly superior avenue of research, but I never considered that the writing itself would dictate a different art form as the catalyst for our success. I cannot accept that. I can't allow Jules to stumble his way into success. Not after the years of work I put into this research. I got word yesterday that 2 writers are visiting Bright Falls. I will beat Jules to the finish line.
Yeah, so there's this, and also we know some of this.
Rudolph Lane stood back from the canvas. He didn't recognize the piece. Did he paint this? His mind was foggy, unfocused. He knew the Marmonts were putting something in his food. A man in a white coat came to steer Lane back to his cell. He did not resist. He was too tired. He lay on the bed, but the stench in his cell wouldn't let him sleep. An acid stink. The turpentine. The paint. It was all over him. Years of it. 1,000 paintings. 1,000 more to come. A putrid weight he could never wash away. Cold hate simmered below the mist clogging his thoughts. Hatred for the paint. Hatred for the brushes. For the Marmonts. For himself.
And then...
Diana and Jules Marmont had once been a team. Rising stars in the Bureau, both talented in their own way. Diana innovated and Jules got funding from the bureaucrats. Cooperation led to respect. Connection. Then after a decade of hard work, the happy couple were promoted. Co-heads of research. Their first years at the lake house were good. Challenging, but not insurmountable. Not for them. Gradually, thoughts fell into their heads like drops of dark water. Why does she get all the credit? Why does he get any credit? With that, a crack formed in the lake house. The Marmonts and their work became arrogant, erratic. The crack widened and the water seeped in.
So that's kind of the thing we learned, is that there was some kind of mysterious extra page that appeared in this place that was not recorded before. It just appeared out of nowhere. And the Marmonts knew from this page that there was crack forming between them, so they knew that the writing was already pushing them, pulling them apart. And then there's this.
There was a crack in the lake house. The Marmonts had let the lake in, but the water could not flow. It became trapped, stagnant, went bad. The truth was controlled here. The art was not art. Just content for the experiment.
Yeah. So something's up. But now, let us go forward to something we have yet to see.
Crack in the lake house.
The clickety-clacketing of many, many typewriters. Level 2 door back there, I can't open it. There's a door over here I can do something with. And this is officially where I could not play anymore, so from this point on, for me at least, all this is new. I've never seen any of this. Because coming into this area, my computer just gave up and was like, nah, that's too much. So here goes. Progress report. A typewriter brand investigation. Investigation into the precise brand and model of typewriter used by Alan Wake, with the intent to use this particular brand for redacted and the ATDs. Continue to be unsuccessful. Why are you doing this? It kinda slide on its own to some places. I don't understand why. Anyway, source contacted with discretion. Wake Publishing House result no useful information. Wake's agent result refused to discuss client matter. Wake's spouse result refused to discuss. Redacted result not useful information. No useful information. Check all available online interview publication element pertaining to Alan Wake. No useful information. The relevant team will continue to explore alternative source of information. The ATDs will continue to be operated with the available typewriter until Wake's preferred brand is known. Theoretically, replicating Alan Wake's style of writing via the same brand of typewriter used by the author should yield optimal result. The project director has indicated that a similar investigation should be launched into the brand and type of ink used in Wake's typewriter. I mean, it makes sense, right? If you're trying to duplicate his work perfectly, you should also mimic what he was using. Makes sense. Nothing and nothing. Then going forward, I gotta tell you, this is mind-blowing to me. I cannot believe that rebooting my computer actually fixed everything. I love this. Oh, also this is broken. Oh, it's also the only one that doesn't have a thing on top of it. I don't know if that's significant, but it's there. Ah, more to read. How I love you. But first...
March 7th, 2018. Notes regarding Dr. Emil Hartman, founder of the Cauldron Lake Lodge, where he manipulated artists in an attempt to control the power of the shadow. I've gone through his notes, which were confiscated by the Bureau after his arrest in 2010. Overall, Hartman's work was sloppy. Complete disregard for proper scientific method. But he was bold enough to try something we haven't. Our procedural writing machines are promising, but we could understand the effects of Cauldron Lake's threshold much better by observing live artists in action. Thanks to Hartman, we even have a list of prospects. Next step is to send Dr. Darling a request to bring some into the lake house for analysis.
Okay. Project Arbiter research note content of Wake's manuscript. We have begun to find page from a manuscript very likely written by Alan Wake, para-utilitarian, and suspect in past cases involving the Cauldron Lake AWEs. Though I do not like to bring myself or my bias into my work, I must do so here to address the matter being examined. As reference for any future reader, I am Dr. Diane Marmont, co-head of research at the Lake House facility. The page we recently found summarized my life with Jules Marmont, husband and co-researcher. It has turned us into character for its story, making generalization and assumption that I must attempt to evaluate without emotion or prejudice. The accuracy of the writing is intriguing. It reports our past in the Bureau, but also details inner thought that an outsider recorder would have no way of knowing. Jewel and I have indeed been having more and more interpersonal conflict this past year. This raised many questions. How does Wake, wherever he is writing this from, get his information? Or what the page itself determining these emotions and events? I can I cannot believe that the scope of Wake's ability goes so far as to have dictated my entire career at the FBC. And if it did, would it matter? Even if a person knew their life was being driven by an external force, would it change their nature, their behavior, their personality? My disagreement with Joel are not sudden shift in personality, but rather a growing resentment. I firmly believe that though I have no evidence to prove it, which brings me to a new research query for our team. What methodology can one use to prove that their action, their mind, their love, or animosity are theirs to control? So they were aware of it, but they kind of treated it as an experiment in a way. That they were against each other and the story was pulling them apart effectively. It's very interesting. I kind of like this meta-narrative. This needs number 2, I think. Number 2. I don't have that. Forward it is then. Ah, painting. That's probably fine. It goes everywhere. That doesn't make any logical sense what just happened, but sure.
Shit.
I know, right? Oh, hell yes.
Never say no to extra firepower.
Never say no to shotguns, that for sure. I'm gonna have to use it soon, don't I? I thought the blue thing was a head poking out. It actually scared me. Alright. Well, let's go.
Huh. Back where I started.
I know, right?
Spatial recurrence. Usually observes the law of 3.
So we're gonna have to do this 3 times. Even though this is still open and I can still go back. Anything different? Doesn't seem like it. I'm not gonna dwell on it too hard because if there is teeny tiny difference it's fine, but if I see something big I will pay attention to it.
The shadow is here. Good thing I brought a flashlight.
Unfortunate thing is I don't remember how to use it. Stop that. I hereby order you to cut that out. What up? How tough are you? He took 2 shotgun blasts and he still moves around. Alright. Here's the deal. I have weapons that can be used here.
This contrived overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting, and refracting.
Hold on a minute.
An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance.
That's actually different.
Cause and effect hopelessly tangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed, the feedback loop doubled and redoubled, out of control. The pressure kept building, looking for release. This contrived overlap rebounded on itself, compressing, compounding, reflecting, and refracting. An urban legend and a murder in constant imbalance. Cause and effect hopelessly tangled. Arranged wrong, the dream logic flawed, the feedback loop doubled and redoubled, out of control.
Alright.
The pressure kept
So this
building,
is new. This is
looking
different.
for release.
Also, they did prep me for this. I should have paid harder attention. That was entirely my bad. So So I guess the message here is gonna change, but nothing else, I would assume. Everybody line up!
Good thing I brought a flashlight.
Hi, friend. I've removed half of your face. You need to die with this. Oh. Alright, calm down. I remember that if you aim and shoot very quickly, you usually aim for the head. Espresso Express? Did you just say that to me? Oh, you big boy, stop that. Not dead yet. Oh, come on. I actually dodged, but he like touched my feet or something. Well, that's unfortunate. Alright. Well, let's do it one more time. I'll grab the extra things.
Compressing, compounding, reflecting, and refracting.
It is weirdly difficult,
and a
I gotta
murder
say.
in constant imbalance. Cause and effect hopelessly tangled.
Okay. Shotgun is fine. My gun is to the left, so that's all good. Doing this first. Very much a good idea. And I can just run at them. Or I can grab some stuff. Oh, except that there is. How are you alive? Up. Maybe the people in front of me first. What? I actually dodged that one. Man. I don't... They're really kicking my ass here. Kinda wish I had a grenade or something I could just toss in their face.
Rebounded on itself.
Man.
Compressing,
alright. No more nonsense here. I have this. There's no other way for me to have this, alright? They will die. That is the only way it can be. So, for the last time, here we go.
Shadow is here.
I might not have tossed this far enough.
Brought a flashlight.
Good enough. Well, not good at all, actually. As it turned out. It does take a while to reload. Why do you have shadow? Okay. Big boy's out. The big boy is tough. The big boy does not have shadow around him. I don't know where the small guy is, but... Alright. Healing myself. Alright, healing myself. There we go. You, stop that. I hereby order you to cut that out. What?
Some staff down there had been corrupted. Shit just kept getting worse.
Tell me about it. That was tough. That was really, really tough. I barely made it through that. Alright, should I heal? Oh, probably not, just in case. Alright, well, I have plenty of ammunition and everything, so that's fine. I think I'm pretty set. I'm gonna make sure I have everything reloaded now. And then we can just go through. Everything's fine, probably. Well, and that's group number 2. I thought I heard something from back there, but maybe not. Okay. Well, that's just suspicious, isn't it? Alright, well, I'm sure it's all gonna be fine, probably. And for science, I will take a peek at this. I think it's the same. Yeah. So those don't change. I don't believe. I can tell you that much that the other thing changed here. Well, that's also different.
Loop 3. Should be the last one.
I keep coming back to this page. The author's clearly awake. It's like he's warning us. But about what? I mean, what does it mean? This page scared Jules away from the work on Wake's writing. A coward can't stand risk. But science is risk. For me, this is proof that we are going in the right direction. I just need Rudolph Lane's paintings to lead to more pages so that hopefully one day we can understand. I keep coming back to this page. The author's clearly awake. It's like he's warning us.
That's the report on the...
But about what? I mean, what does it mean?
Whatchamacallem. The booker.
This page scared Jules away from the work.
So there's no
writing.
ammunition box, which you would think it's a good sign, but you never know. So let us go forward. Seems awfully dark, and it seems a bit bigger than it used to, doesn't it? Alright then, sure, everything will be perfectly fine.
What is that?
I don't know. It's a painting of something. Of a person, maybe? Hard to tell. It does look like a person. Not here, though. Not here. Are you guys still clickety-clacketing? I guess you're only clickety-clacketing when I'm not looking, so good job, I guess. Oh.
Ugh, locked.
Yeah, I had a
Maybe there's
feeling.
another way in.
Oh, there is. I saw it. Hello, way in. Any good stuff I can get my hands on?
Huh. Controllable shifting phenomena.
Yeah. How about I take a peek before doing all kind of crazy stuff, don't I? So I just need to put the thing in the thing. Oh, there's
Won't
a
open
code
without
here.
power.
Alright then. Turn on power. Grab thing. Turn off power. Success? No, not this. Come on, silly. I guess now that it's open, I can turn off the power and go to the other side. Because once I got my hands full, I can't really do that, can I? And hopefully that won't close. Right? Probably won't. Probably. Ah, still open. Look at me go. Solving puzzle. As long as there's no number involved, I'm confident that I can solve easy puzzle. Why is there weird music here? Why do you do this to me? Power off? Can I use it? I can't, right? I can. I needed this somewhere else? And I can open this now from this side, can't I? Yeah. Well, those are computers now. Well, that's different. And I'm guessing I'm gonna need this. I think I saw one outside, but then again, typewriter became computer, so I don't know. Or did they have computer at the back of them from the beginning and I just didn't notice? I find that hard to believe. Oh, they had computer at the back of them and I never noticed. Well, what do you know? Where do I need to put this? Here? I mean, I saw this, but that's where I got the other one. Oh, that's what I had to do. Because now if I turn this on, I can go from the door and the thing that's broken is probably fixed. What does that do for me though? I don't know. Also dark. Light. Good, good. Oh, so that can be fixed. I see, I see. All part of the plan. I meant to do that. I knew what I was doing since the beginning. Oh, you again. Hello.
Oh, you again.
What happened to you or about Alan Wake? Well, what happened to you?
What happened to you? Did the people here do this to you?
Marmon's clogging his head.
About Alan Wake?
Alan Wake's writing is being studied here. Do you know anything about him?
Names don't matter. 1,000 more to come.
They say clear communication is the key to any relationship. You and I have some work to do there.
What did the Marmon do?
You said Marmonts before. Do they do this? Where are they now?
Misery, hate,
Tell me where they are.
a man in a white coat.
Christ. It's fixated on the Marmonts. What did they do?
I don't know, but I want to turn around pretty bad. Nothing. As expected, I suppose. Well... I officially visited everywhere.
No access back to the lobby.
Access denied.
Only one way to go.
Well, I mean, that's the only way.
A threshold is the connection between a foreign reality and our own. Now, they all have their own rules, strange as they are. But the further down I went, the more chaotic this one got.
What?
Clearly, this was the Cauldron Lake threshold, but something was wrong. Well, more wrong than usual.
Oh, I just noticed I have paint on me. Is this because I'm not fully healed?
Sublevel 2.
Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
I am calm.
Level-wide lockdown in effect. Please remain calm.
Alright. Hello. I'm gonna have to remember that, because I guarantee I won't remember that. But hey, I'm sure everything is fine. I see. Nothing is fine. Well. Modest rustic charm? Are you the one saying that?
Won't open while the floor's on lockdown.
Ah, I see. So that's what I have to fix. More blood! That's a good indicator something fun happened here, didn't it? Level 3, I don't have that. Video to see. Oh, stuff. Yes, give it to me. The more stuff you give me, the happier I am. I want all of the ammunition for every gun in existence. Well, they seem to be having fun humming and talking about rustic charm, so you know. But I think the game kind of knows what I have. Little post-it note, adorable. Can I do something about this? No, it just exists. Alright. Can I? No.
Oh, there's the elevator. How do I get in?
We have to undo the lockdown is my guess. As to what I have to do for now. Can I go to the toilet at least? Ah, finally somewhere that's actually open. And I can't do anything with anything. It's kinda sad, isn't it? Alright then. Alrighty then. Down in here I go. Hello. Are you just dead? Well, that's good. You could be worse than just dead, so... Nothing. Alright, alright, alright. Ah.
Finally, someone who isn't a painting.
Who are you? Also, allow me to not flash this in your face.
Hey, hello. Who are you?
Sorry, got a flow going. Can we do this later?
No, we cannot. I'm Agent Kieran Estevez. I'm with the government and I need your name.
I'm Ed Brooker, the playwright. And I'm hitting my stride here, so can you guys stop with all that banging and screaming? It's throwing me off.
Where do you think you are?
Where do you think you are right now?
In an immersive writing workshop.
Well, bad news, it's not a writing workshop. Good news, it's not a writing workshop.
Right. It's a government facility studying the power of creativity. That makes way more sense.
I haven't said that yet, but you're onto something.
What are you even doing? What are you writing?
Well, after you all abducted me in the woods, I've been working on this manuscript you gave me because you need it for some experiment or something. I kind of forget the premise. But, you know, I've had this block lately, and filling in the gaps of this story has really loosened me up. Copying the style is a nice constraint, but I still have lots of room to play. It's a solid creative exercise.
Look around you. How is this a workshop?
You have to stay in character. I get that. I'm in the theater business too. And look, the sets, the costumes, all great in that, you know, campy, 70s sci-fi kind of way. But you could dial down the role-playing like 15, 20%. Just some professional advice.
Sir, whether you are aware of it or not, there is a situation here. I need you to stay in your cell until I can resolve the matter, okay?
Uh-huh, got it. Hey, no one's been around with food for a while. I could go for some dinner when you have a second. Oh, and can I get my phone back? I want to call my wife. I don't know how Tammy found you guys, but she killed it. 5 stars all around.
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Alright then. Also, she automatically pulled out her...
Shadow monsters represent capitalism, which means the flashlight is the power of the artist. Sheer creativity tearing through the shadowy cloak of corporate cookie-cutter bullshit. Killer metaphor.
How come I don't hear you super well, even though we just talked normally earlier? So I have a new password to find, yay! I'm sure I'm gonna do it flawlessly on my first try. Initial review, book.
This is good stuff. The style's a little clipped, but I can work with that. Short, to the point, visceral metaphors, dark imagery.
Okay, I'm gonna ignore him from now on. Book is writing. The first piece of content produced by the subject is certainly disappointing. It is not remotely similar in content to the wake page we provide.
Trying to control the uncontrollable. It speaks to climate change, oppression, the disenfranchisement of immigrant minority populations. Lots of heavy themes in a dark sci-fi wrapper. Love it.
It is not remotely similar in content to the wake pages we provided as reference. Why is it so focused on my marriage? Why is Jewel the protagonist? Why is it set in an actual lakeside cabin? And why is happening at the end? What the hell is in the sky? Did anyone brief Booker about the concept he has to write about? The lake house. The lake house? The shadows? We need him to match Wake's style exactly. It's not going to work if he has no clue what he's writing about. We need to get this sorted. We need progress now. And why isn't he taking this seriously? When I spoke to him, he thought I was an actor. I want him to understand how serious we are, whatever it takes. Well, assignment: continue the story from page. Match the tone, style, content of AW002 as closely as possible. The crack was an emotional one, a line right through their marriage, their foundation, their lake house. These thoughts and more flooded Jules' mind as he stared out through the lakeside cottage windows. The sun was setting on a stormy day. Heavy cloud hung low, weighed down with the burden of purpose. Diana sat in her favorite deck chair, staring out across the lake rippling surface. He watches the breeze catches her acorn hair. As if seizing his gaze, she turned her head. Joe looked away, flustered, then annoyed with himself for letting her affect him this way. He grabbed a bottle of red wine, poured himself a generous serving, and he kept pouring, his mind distracted by a thought. How did we get here? They had been at the lab running an experiment. Then they were here. Why? He remembered thinking that a break from the lab would give them space to reconnect, to mend the crack, but he couldn't remember ever leaving. Wine was flowing over the rim of his cup, though he didn't even notice. He put down the bottle, scanning the lake. A faint shimmer hung in the air on the far side of the lake, like lightning hitting glass. The sort of thing you only notice if you were looking for it. He felt like he had seen something like this before, but where? Jules! Diana's cry snapped Jules back into the present. She was staring up into the sky in panic. A deep shadow crept across the deck. Joel ran to the door to his wife. So that's why he was saying, what's in the sky? Well, I see. I think I figured this one out. Yeah. In case you're wondering, it's to the left. Alright. Hello, please remember to lock your computer before leaving a station for any amount of time. Changing your password daily does not improve facility security if you leave your computer open. Hello, a gentle reminder that nut allergy are a serious health issue and making light of them is no appropriate workplace behavior for anyone of any seniority level. Bringing nuts to the office is a health risk and should be avoided for everyone's safety. Thank you. Harry Kingston. So I'm guessing the administrator is allergic to nuts. Hello, to celebrate the arrival of fall, I have brought a variety of seasonal pie from the local diner you all seem to love so much. The member of Project Ramnus can come and join them in the lobby near my office. All other staff should visit the other Dr. Marmont's office to see if she brought pie. Also, despite the ridiculous dramatics of last year, I have purchased delicious pecan-filled pie. Happy fall. Dr. Joel Marmont, co-head of research. So basically he's been a jerk by just saying, hey, I brought pie. Did my wife bring anything? Oh, go check it out. Attention all staff. There is a significant amount of black rock missing from sub-level 5. I expect there is a misunderstanding and someone has taken it to another floor by mistake. If you did this, respond to this message and we will fix the problem. Black rock is a precious material. We only have so much of it now with the old house being closed. Jules just sent out a memo asking us to spy on his wife project. Remember when we just made fun of his stupid project name and science factoids? Simpler time. He really did that? Diana is going to slit his throat if she finds out. Haha. Those two are such a hot mess. I got drinks with Perry last night and he told me Jules is withholding wake page from Diana's team. He told her they went missing. Crazy shit. Paula mentioned you two were thinking about asking for transfer. You really leave me here all alone? We can have weekly gossip calls, promise. Alright. You keep doing your thing. Don't worry about any gunshot noise you may hear. Everything's fine. Retrieval order. Acquisition team is hereby approved to acquire additional research subject for ongoing study related to Project Arbutus and the Lake House facility. Prioritizing outcome as ordered below. 1. Both subject brought to the Lake House for study. 2. Tamita Booker. Her work is more commercially successful, thus more likely to yield result based on proven case. 2. Tree. Numbers. I know numbers. 3. Edward Booker. Less successful than Tamita, but theater is more widely recognized as art than true crime novels. Observe the subject at a distance and only move to acquire if the opportunity arises. Under no circumstance can this operation draw attention of local law enforcement. Signed, Dr. Diana Marmont. So Diana is the one that kidnapped them? Alright. Subject writing must feature Darkness, Water, Marmont, Jewel, and Diana, the Lake House conflict. Did anyone explain any of this to him? I mean, he kind of wrote that, didn't he? About them being in the lake and having a lot of tension. I don't know if there is conflict per se, but there is something. And now we have this side. More reading? Yes, please. Give it to me. Work order, wall removal and transport. Location sublevel 2, lane cell. Order by Marmont Jewel, co-ed research, work required. A section of the cell's southern wall need to be removed for transport to sublevel 5 for analysis. Urgency high, tool required. It is not my job to know which tool you'll use to cut concrete wall. It is your job. Fair enough, I feel. Additional detail, important. The wall must be removed very carefully. The painting on the interior side of the wall must not be damaged. Okay, so someone painted on the wall and they had to cut out. What
happened here?
Okay, they had to cut out the whole thing. That's pretty savage. Alright.
Jules Marmont looked at the painting. He didn't understand it. Saw only random whirls of color. Drugging Lane made him more compliant, but his work had turned abstract. Jules needed more art his team could parse, could test, trial and error. These abstract explosions of color complicated the data. His grip tightened around the letter opener in his hand. The piece of art he needed was hidden inside Lane. If Jules could simply cut the painter open and pull the painting out of him, he would. The overhead lights flickered. Jules would make Lane cooperate. No more drugs. Less carrot, more stick. Jules had to go faster. He wouldn't lose to Diana. Nothing else mattered.
Okay. And we're finding pages of wake pages around here, which is a bit concerning in a way. Alright, I'll read everything and then I'll listen. Project Ramnus, subject condition report, redacted, background information. Rudolph Lane, subject P, has shown a decline in redacted over the past several months. Initially, this redacted presented as an increase in resistance, frequently declining requests to work. However, given time and pressure, the subject would always relent. Subject attitude toward art also undergoing a change recently. He is disinterested in his work, quickly becoming frustrated and sometimes even damaging or destroying the piece before it is completed. In the past few months, his work has been much more abstract, no longer showing true to life subject or landscape, but rather conceptual art that is much harder to define or categorize. Whether the sudden interest in abstraction was a form of rebellion, a consequence of growing redacted, or a source of genuine artistic interest is unknown. Current situation. As of yesterday, subject refused to touch his supplies. He claimed he will not paint anymore and wishes to leave. The subject refusal has effectively halted all research. While the team can continue to run tests on the backlog of paintings, they estimate that there is little new information to gain. The subject must continue to paint if work is to proceed. However, the team is concerned that convincing the subject with force or coercion may only entrench him further in his position. Action to be taken. Dr. Joel Marmont, co-head of research and project lead, has suggested that a high dose of redacted be introduced to the subject food to cure his redacted. If the subject's attitude does not improve, then low dose of redacted will be introduced in order to improve his compliance. Well, they drugged him, and he knew that. Oh. Click.
I can't paint anymore. I know you want me to paint, but I can't. I'm empty.
Rudolph, no. You love to paint. And you are such a talent. This is just the classic artist slump.
No. No, I hate it. It's just taking from me now. When can I leave? You said you'd let me leave.
Ah, Rudolph, but you volunteered to come, remember? We are helping you, like Dr. Hartman did. Perhaps you need to see our doctor? I can arrange that.
No. No, that's... I am feeling better. Much better. I will paint.
Ah, this is wonderful to hear, Rudolph. I knew you would come back to your old self.
Alright then. That wasn't disturbing at all. However, it has not yielded any important keycard for me to progress further. So... maybe I can ask him about Rudolph if he knew something? Perhaps? No, he's busy with his work. And I am but an actor in all this after all.
We're shaded. Hope that glass is thick.
Townsfolk were anxious. Oh, somebody else is saying this. I see. Someone's gonna break this at some point. Vandalized text. Good job, bud. 0% effort today. That's pretty good. All this for this weird cheap jump scare that we watch in the night. Good. Well, did you just gurgle? I mean, I'm sorry I stepped on your head or something, but like, come on, don't gurgle at me, that's not nice. food. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Well, I wanted to hit this thing with a... Oh, I was doing wrong. I was doing terribly wrong here. It's funny, I thought I could do a... No, well, alright then. I burned down an entire battery on accident because I pressed the wrong button multiple times in a row. Look at me go. Well, Office 2-3. And a save point. Do I save here and I keep going next time? I think I will. I think I will. I am taking my time with this, but also, you know, I'm going to the game at my pace. So, grab this. And I am gonna thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed it, and well, if you could help me out by pressing all of the good buttons under this video, that'll be greatly appreciated. And well, for all that said, I bid you a glorious day, and I do hope to see you in the next episode of Alan Wake 2, The Lake House. Bye bye.